All right. Very, very big, warm welcome to everybody here. Looks like we are good to go. So, I've decided to carry on with the second episode of Movies About Love. I really enjoyed the Equilibrium review yesterday. Fun fact: I used to watch Equilibrium when I was deployed to Afghanistan, where we were all underneath a tent, and we had to watch it on the small little iPods, or if you were lucky enough to have your laptop, you have to travel light for these deployments because there's a lot of gear. But that was as a contractor. But in Iraq, let's see, which movie would I watch most? Everybody was copying movies off external hard drives, but in Iraq, I already watched the Matrix movies way too many times back in, oh my goodness, I believe senior year of high school, if I'm not mistaken, and then definitely during college. Oh my goodness, would I watch the Matrix? I love all three of them. I don't see the disconnect between Reloaded and Revolutions. A lot of people rejected the sequels. Still to this day, I don't understand why. I mean, let me explain it very fast. The beginning movie, The Matrix, was telling you what the Matrix is. And those who believe in it, and those who are outside the Matrix, they're just explaining everything to you. And then the second movie is, they all are, okay, we all know what the Matrix is. Let's just focus just on the Matrix. So they all dive into the Matrix and fight all the agents. And then they start to discover new things. Oh my goodness, this is bigger than what we thought. You see what's going on here? It's like the middle of the trilogy, and it's done beautifully. And then by the third movie, it's like, okay, all the chips are on the table. You know about learning about the Matrix. You know about fighting within the Matrix. Now it's time to fight outside the Matrix and inside the Matrix. I don't see how people don't understand that. And so Agent Smith, which is I guess the anomaly. Neo is called the anomaly too. They're both anomalies. Doesn't matter the way. There's so many interpretations. We'll get a little bit into it, but this is ultimately a story about love, okay? The Matrix Revolutions is the end of it all. It's just the end. This is, all the chips are on the table. It's beautifully executed. Tons of artwork went into these movies. I mean, the Wachowski brothers, I don't accept them as sisters, but that's okay, whatever, to each their own. They did such a phenomenal job. The Matrix trilogy is perfect. It's perfection. All three of them. I don't dislike any one of them because they both make sense. But let's get into it because this is all about love. This is the first time that they met Trinity and Neo in the club scene. And it's within the Matrix, which is really strange because, Neo starts outside the Matrix. And I believe it's kind of hard to explain because he falls asleep in front of his computer and everything, but all of that's irrelevant. I mean, it's been a very long time, so I'm trying to remember if they were outside or inside the Matrix. No, this was outside the Matrix because then he wakes up, follow the white rabbit. It's just so perfectly written because it's so mysterious in the beginning, but see this attraction at first sight? This is when Neo is just like, oh my goodness, this is Trinity. I thought you were a guy, because you don't know who you're talking to on the computer. And then finds out it's just this beautiful woman. It's just so well done, the directing, the writing, and everything. Anyways, but let's go ahead and get into this, okay? So first off, the Matrix. What is the Matrix? What does it mean? Many people, 90-something% of people, I'd say, I'd even push it to be 99. They don't understand what the word Matrix means. It's really sad. All it takes is just a simple search. The Matrix, the Matrix means the womb. That's right, the womb. The uterus, okay? The birth of artificial intelligence is what it represents. The beginning of the end. And they even mention AI in the first movie. So, a lot of people just unfortunately don't know. See, the truths in this world are all coded. You have to learn how to decipher these codes and then how to cipher your own. If you're lucky enough, like myself, I have a great sense of intuition and a great amount of wisdom. So I was able to formulate my own truths about this world that we live in for a later date. But let's go ahead and continue here. And they're original, by the way. My theories and ultimately my philosophy on life and love. Here we go. Matrix, the Matrix. Uterus, womb, Old French. Directly from Latin, pregnant animal, yada yada. Source, see the source. That's what they talk about in the very end. We have to go to the source. And we have to defeat the machines at the source, the origin. The mother, right? And it's funny because the machines, they form this baby face. A lot of people criticize that scene as a Gerber baby. I know, it looks funny. But it's like the child of it all, right? Because the mother is ultimately whatever created the machines itself, but the child is almost like an angry child. I want more. I want it all. This out of control raging child, you know. And I think that's why the baby face in the end. But there's a lot of symbolism in this movie, but we're not going to really get into it because I would have to do, oh my goodness, I don't know, a 2-hour live stream discussing all three of them, maybe 3 hours. That's way too exhausting. I don't think I have the time for that. So you can read the rest there, but that's what the Matrix means, okay? It's the birth of artificial intelligence. So, the Matrix codes that only truthers can solve. Etymologically speaking. It's a great way to understand our world when you use these terms. Alright, so part 1, they meet each other, and then here's the end of the movie. The first Matrix movie, Neo meets Trinity, falls in love, and and then now they're fighting side by side. Guns, lots of guns. So it's like a romantic adventure. I wouldn't say killing a bunch of agents is romantic, but it's an adventure. Like Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie. It's an adventure. So take it or leave it. I mean, because in both movies they're killing somebody or it's violence, right? But like I said in the previous episode, the first episode of movies about love, Equilibrium is not about the violence. The Matrix is not about the violence. It's about the message of love. To preserve humanity, to fight for humanity, you have to have that aggressive side to you. It's funny when people look at my channel, they expect this soft, persona that I'm supposed to play like, oh, love everybody, everybody's joyful, oh, I see marshmallows in the sky. No. You have to deal with trolls online, extremely disrespectful people online. Nobody disrespects me offline. That's for damn sure. So I'm really grateful for that. But online it's just a circus. So you have to have the right personality. You have to defend yourself. That's why I like these types of movies where they show the reality of it. They say you have to be a warrior, not just a lover, but a fighter. Right? So Michael Jackson wasn't correct when he says, I'm a lover, not a fighter. No, you have to be both in this world, unfortunately. Unless evil completely leaves this world, you could be 100% lover. And behind closed doors and in open areas, I guess, you can be 100% lover to your soulmate. That's what life is really supposed to be about. But let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so in the end of the movie, the first movie, Neo gets killed. Come on, if you haven't watched these movies by now, spoiler alert, give me a break. So Neo gets shot and dies inside the Matrix. So they say if you die in the Matrix, you die outside the Matrix too, because the body cannot live without the mind, because you believe that you're dead. Well, he believes that he's not dead, and on top of it, Trinity kisses him and brings him back to life. So that's their message right there. Life is love, and love is life. Pretty straightforward. And so in this movie, part 1, Trinity brings Neo back to life from the dead. So, That means, oh, and he's the one, which means he's her soulmate. Get it? Okay, so part two of the Matrix movies here. What happens in terms of love and the relationship between Neo and Trinity? That's all we're going to be focusing on, because everything else is just riddles, and I can solve them for you and everything, but it's just going to be people debating in the comments section like always. So here we go. The Matrix Reloaded, the war against the machines begins, but not on a mass scale. Okay, that's part three. Mainly with agents. And it's just so beautifully filmed. Once again, Neo and Trinity go on adventures. She's on a motorcycle, and it's such beautifully filmed action scenes. They all work together as a team. From Morpheus to, they have to fight these crazy. Oh my goodness! It's just these little twin guys with like razor blades and stuff. They can disappear and stuff, and then the Merovingian. Well, I'm not going to get to the Merovingian because he has nothing to do with this topic, but I will get to his wife, Persephone. This is such an important scene in the whole trilogy. I did show it to my soulmate when it happened, and we discussed it, and it's so controversial because she wants a kiss. It's been forever since she felt that passionate kiss. So she asks Trinity, it's just a simple kiss. And then so Trinity immediately points her Beretta to her face, her gun, and says, you can kiss this, right? So Morpheus says, hey, Trinity, come on, it's just a kiss, right? So Neo tries to kiss Persephone, and just this Persephone lady, this brings up such an important topic within the realm of love, because is it cheating? If you know what's going to happen and you have to do it in order to save the world, is it cheating at that point? I don't know. You be the judge. Because if he doesn't give her a passionate kiss, that's it. That's the end of the world. There is no other way out. Because she knows where the keymaker is. And the keymaker takes them into exactly where they need to go. And that's just the way the story's written. It's like one of those, it's one of those hypotheticals. Do you save this person drowning or that person drowning? Sometimes you got to make a decision, right? You can't say both. So it's a wild scene in this bathroom scene right here. So she has her husband always cheating on her. And so she just wants to cheat on him and feel that passionate kiss. So she wants in on the action. So what happens is Neo finally does it a second time and says, okay, I'll give you it. And then so they proceed to the movie. I guess Trinity forgives him because they know that the whole world is on the line. So Monica Bellucci does a beautiful acting playing as Persephone in this scene. A very passionate kiss. It's a small price to save the world, or is it? Is it cheating if you're going to save the world? But never mind about that, because here's the passionate kiss. That brings us such a good... It's such a powerful scene because it brings up yet another question. When you kiss, do you really mean it? You can just do the physical kissing, but mentally and emotionally, with all your soul, everything you have, that's a kiss. See, when he was kissing Persephone, he gave her the physical passion. The carnal passion, but he can't give a kiss like this to Persephone. I mean, this kiss right here, when in part one, Trinity saves Neo from the dead, and part two, Neo saves Trinity from the dead. So he takes the bullet out of her, and then here's a kissing scene. So it's like this reciprocating theme going on here, and it's just very beautifully done. All right. So once again, love is life and life is love. I mean, they're trying to tell you in these movies, it's not about the guns and death and machines, for crying out loud. Pay more attention, people. It's a love story. Okay? The Magic 3. I don't accept part 4 as anything canon. As anything official. Part 4, I didn't even go watch. I protested with my wallet. I said, I don't care. You guys are going to ruin it. I'm not going to go see John Wick play Neo. That doesn't make any sense. And for so many other reasons, nobody liked part 4. It's just part 3 for me, okay? It's 1 to 3. It's just a trilogy for me. So that's my opinion on all that, which I'm sure somebody's going to be curious about. So, The Matrix Revolutions. All right, so we're coming full circle. See, revolutions. You get it? Number 3, the final. And also because of the revealing of everything that supposedly you wanted to know. And this is a very important movie. I don't know, I think the main reason why people just didn't like it is because they didn't understand it. Their intelligence is just next to zero. I don't blame a lot of people because maybe they didn't have the time to understand it. They didn't want to. There's different gustos. I'm not calling everybody ignorant. I'm just saying for the ones who they hate it with such a passion, I'm like, wow, you have all that time and energy to hate something. I mean, why don't you try to understand it? You know what I'm saying? So everybody has the right to hate something, but I mean, why so much? I mean, that's where I kind of draw the line. I'm like, okay, you can criticize something, but that's a little overkill. So the Matrix Part 3, Trinity dies in real life this time. There is no more Matrix. This is all outside of the Matrix, and so she's a casualty of war. And it brings up a sad part of relationships. What if your partner dies? Now what? What do you have to live for? It's just Neo against the damn machines now. I mean, it's so sad. It really is. There's a lot of melancholy in this movie. Let's proceed. So, but thankfully, before she died, they could share a loving moment together in the cave scene. Very, very important scene because it was so romantic. They had all the space to themselves, and so the bad dream from Part 2 is all over, and here's nothing but Zion. They're in the underground city of Zion. So deep underground where it's all warm. They got a savage population going where everybody sweats and dances to rave music. I don't know if the rave music is coming from speakers, but it was coming out the TV speakers, okay? Rave is love. Sorry, guys. I gotta goof around a little bit. I love this scene. It's so passionate. I love the way it was filmed, too. Like, it's all orgasmic and stuff. I don't know why people shy away from this. It's just so pathetic. Like, it's so beautiful, It's just, when I see love and when it's depicted this way, it's art. It really is. It's a passionate art, and I love to see it. So this scene, it doesn't matter what happens later in the movie. Like, this guy dies. Well, they both die. But, I mean, this is what I take away from the movie, those romantic scenes, and it's a story about love. So it's beautifully filmed. Making love for the last time. It's kind of sad, but, well, that's war, right? You're going to have casualties, So Neo sacrifices himself in the very end to save the world, even while blind, by the way, because Agent Smith comes back in a different body, because, well, he was killed, like, once or twice, and now he's back again. It's like, geez. So love is ultimately what the heart wants, even if you don't have the eyes to see or the ears to hear. If you're deaf and blind, then it's going to be extremely difficult to love. You have to go by feeling. And that's very, very difficult. That's a lot of suffering. But much respect to those people who are in that scenario. But hopefully, best case scenario, if one is blind, they can still hear the beautiful sounds in this world that do exist. The voice of somebody who's passionately speaking to them. And if one is deaf but not blind, then they can see the beauty and evaluate someone or something through that sense. So not everything has to be catastrophic where somebody's blind and deaf, okay? Most people, for the most part, can see and hear. But it's a shame because they can't see and hear the most beautiful sounds and images and use that big brain inside their skull, to really imagine and be creative in life. They just have to act like immature little children, ignorant little children, and just try to bring others down. And it's just a sad world we live in. It's everywhere, by the way, especially online. But to each their own. Everybody has the freedom to try to bring people down, I guess. But not me. Not those who follow me either, online and offline. So much love to everybody. Let me take a look at the chat before I close this out. Now you guys know that it's a story about love. Let's go ahead and look at the chat here. Alright, not too bad. It was pretty much a 21. I can't really stretch this to 30. I know it's a trilogy, but there's not many love scenes in the movie to speak of, and not many angles either. It's mainly about saving the world, and they barely have time with each other. That's just the reality of it. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat. Maria Olivares. Lurkers come in. Nicely done. Let's see. No, not interested in drama, Northwoods, but thanks for stopping by. I'm serious. I'm done with the drama. That's a really toxic community, the First Amendment auditing community. So kudos to the guys who actually respect veterans like myself. But as for everybody else, I already made a community post, so nope, not interested in drama. Let's see, Maria. Everyone is just. Let me see. Wait to attack someone. Yeah, I mean, I think you're talking about what I just mentioned about the crazy online world where it's just filled with all these immature creatures. They don't even act human, so why call them humans? They're just monsters, man. It's just like, dude, I don't know about everybody else, but I have happiness to live and don't have time for negativity. I literally preach it on my channel. Be positive, be loving, and on very specific topics, by the way. You think an educated person like me, highly intelligent person like me, is going to continue to waste my time with people who don't appreciate my participation and support? No. And I encourage you guys to do the same. If you don't like somebody's channel, go watch another channel. It's that easy. Or just block somebody and that's the end of that. I just try to give some people a last chance, a last opportunity to show some love, and they didn't. And so I have to move on. I got a happy life to live, and I got lots planned for my channel and for everybody else who is polite enough to follow and eager enough, and hopefully enjoy my content. So I'm going to keep it nothing but positive here, and I still have friends in the auditing community who are absolutely, oh my goodness, stellar. So let me shout them out really quick. David Finkel, what a gentleman. He's like a father to me already. And Vegas VIPs, man, his channel is just so cozy. When I go there, there's no drama. He's just talking about subjects. Vegas VIPs is just, he's such a gentleman. You gotta appreciate him. What other peaceful channels can I visit? I know Lemmy the Pacifist, or I guess he changed his name now. Lemmy Audit You. Westside Accountability. Maria Olivares, if you ever start a channel, big shout out to you. I would definitely watch your content. I would definitely hop on live streams with you if you want, if I'm welcome. And yeah, if I didn't mention anybody else, because there's a few other people that I would support in the auditing community, but it's just 90 something toxic, 90 something percent. I'd say 95% or more toxic. Like they all just jump on hate wagons and stuff. It's just like this chaotic volcano of ashes and magma and people burning this person and that person. And I don't try to squash things with disrespectful people. Like, I'm a gentleman. I will keep my mouth shut and let other people talk. But when they don't do the same for me, I'm like, nah, dude, you don't deserve my attention. So you can kindly get lost. Okay, so I'm going to keep this all about the Matrix. Thank you so much, Maria. And everybody that I shouted out. I know it's not a ton of people, but it's going to be a growing list. Oh, Dub, there we go. Welcome, Dub Wubs. And yeah, so thank you so much to everybody who actually appreciates what I do, because I appreciate you. And if you know somebody out there who needs help in the relationship department or just life in general, I do offer Discord sessions for free. I will sit there and talk to you, and I'll lift you up beyond your wildest imagination, and to help you succeed in this tough world that we live in. And so much love to everybody, and have a good one till next time.